Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hello and welcome, film fans, to another quick shot review. The action keeps on coming right here on Cheap Shot Entertainment because we are heading towards Flashpoint with this next movie. It is my thoughts on The Flash. And it's recently been released on in cinemas. I went to go and see it this past Friday. It is a 12A. It's around 2.5 hours long, so make sure you don't take a big drink in with you because you'll end up having to leave, and it's not one to be missed. And stars Ezra Miller as Barry Allen, reprising his role from Batman vs. Superman and the Justice League, of course. So, yeah, it's... don't know how to describe it. I think I'm just going to get to the main part of the podcast after a few words from our intro. The Flash, starring Ezra Miller, was directed by Andy Muschietti, and he has done a fantastic job with this one. It was so enjoyable, and I'd go as far as to say it's one of the best superhero movies, but certainly the best superhero movie I've seen for a very long time, and that includes The Batman and Spider-Man as well. Into the Spideyverse and Through the Spideyverse are very close contenders. Obviously, that is Marvel's version of what this story is trying to tell. So this story is trying to tell the Flashpoint story, where there's lots of different storylines, lots of different things happening across the universe. And each timeline is very fragile. So anything you do, and it's a story that's been told 1,000 times. Anything you do in the past can affect your future. And that is the conundrum. Can the Flash save all the people that he's missing in his life? And we all know the superhero origin story. It's usually the loss of a parent or something like that gives them the onus to go and do stuff. But in this case, it is the Flash, and we've seen how the Flash is created, how he gets his powers. It is a lab accident where a thunderstrike electrocutes him whilst being covered in chemicals, and that apparently gives you superpowers rather than burning you to death. But I wouldn't suggest sitting out in a thunderstorm or a lightning storm or anything like that to see if you can try and get superpowers. I've done it doesn't work. Not really, I haven't. I'm not that stupid. Maybe. Anyway, there's so much to unpack with this one. I'm not quite sure where the storyline is taking us with this one. I'm pretty sure it's Flashpoint, and it's going to lead us to the Batverse and all of that kind of stuff, because in DC there's many different Earths. There's Earth 1s, there's Earth 2, Earth 3, so on and so forth. And then you get the different versions of the Justice League, and in some Earths, on some Earths, in some timelines, Batman is a psychotic killer. In other timelines, Batman is Thomas Wayne. And the Joker is Martha Wayne. It's just, there's so much that they could do with this, and this is a soft reboot. They've tried other things. They've got the Batman, which I believe can go on a different timeline. They've brought back Ben Affleck. They've got wow. There's just so much. Like I say, there's so much to unpack with this. It's unbelievable. They've got so many different people. Michael Keaton's come back. Sasha Calle plays Supergirl in this movie as well. They're really bigging up the return of Michael Keaton. That is huge. And his introduction here is phenomenal, actually. Michael Shannon is back as General Zod. There's even an appearance from Helen Slater, the original Supergirl, and this is towards the end. There's loads of different versions of Superman, Batman, Supergirl. You hear the laughter of the Joker. There's all sorts of stuff to unpack, but I'm not going to spoil many things for you because it'd be so easy to do so. But the story revolves around Barry Allen trying to right the wrongs of the past, and his attempt to save his family creates a world without superheroes, without metahumans. People don't even know who Superman is and all that kind of stuff. It's a ride, and if you go into it thinking that it's a ride, you'll come out happy. If you're a movie fan, it's well worth watching, even if you don't subscribe to comic book movies. I know there's a lot of them, but DC is doing something special here, and I think it's about time, because Marvel have just oversaturated things, in my opinion. But this one is good, and it continues along the same lines as the reboot of the Suicide Squad, the Batman, and now the Flash. We've also got Arthur Morgan still in there as Aquaman. So yeah, different timelines. They will play out in different ways. We've even got him meeting himself in the past as well, and creating a Flash suit out of an old bat suit that is provided to him by Michael Keaton, obviously playing Bruce Wayne, who has a very predominant part in this. They've even gone to the lengths of getting the old music, and I've got to say the soundtrack is really, really good as well. They've just hit the nail on the head with this one. They really, really have. And if you look on movie sites and stuff like that, from what I've seen, this has been given quite poor scores, in my opinion. But it is incredible. It's such a good film. It's got the right amount of storyline in it, as well as the action. It's got comedy. It doesn't reference the other comic books at all, in terms of the rivals, shall we say. There's been a lot of films recently where they're taking pop shots at each other. There was nothing like that. It was just a pure Flash movie. And I love the Flash. He is such a good superhero. It's just amazing. And one particular scene where he's saving a load of people is, to set up the whole movie is fantastic. So I would suggest you go and see this film. Give the money to the cinemas, enjoy it the way it's supposed to be. So yeah, I would very much recommend this. We've got What have we got booked next week? I've just booked it. Asteroid City. That's what we've got booked next week. We've got Asteroid City booked next week for my viewing pleasure, and hopefully my ramblings will come here, and you'll get to hear what my thoughts are on that. Different kind of film. I love the 50s aesthetic, and everything along with this. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. Something different to a superhero movie or anything like that. So yeah, looking forward to that one. And then of course there's Indiana Jones, and I'm going to go and watch it because I've seen all the other ones, and hopefully they do a better job with this one than the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. If I go into it very, preparing to be disappointed, and it actually turns out okay, like Transformers, then I am very happy. But we'll wait and see for that one. I hope you can join us there. Hope you've enjoyed this podcast, and I will see you next time, movie fans. Goodbye.